Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the Holy Smokes Barbecue channel. Today we are making some smoked pork chops. And man, I love pork chops. Pork chops are great for a few reasons. First off, they're widely available at pretty much any grocery store, butcher shop, whatever. Second, they're usually pretty cost effective. It's not a very expensive cut of meat. And then finally, I already mentioned it, but they're delicious. So this is gonna be a super simple recipe today, just like a couple of quick ingredients, throw it on the smoker, and it's actually not even gonna take that long. So I'm ready if you are, let's get started. All right, here we have two beautiful bone-in pork chops. These come courtesy of Strip District Meats, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I talk about them all the time. They're fantastic. These beautiful pork chops came from there, and each of these are about 1.5 inches thick. Now, I did pat these dry already with a paper towel. So the first thing that I'm gonna do, again, very, very simple today, just gonna add a little bit of olive oil to both. Just gonna brush that on there. We're gonna do this for the entire piece of meat, so all the way around. You'll notice there's some fat right here, and that's fine. I'm just gonna leave that like it is. Some of it'll melt, but not all of it, but it will help to keep that meat nice and juicy. Okay, let's flip our guy over here. Let's hit this other side with some oil and brush that on as well. All right, next I'm gonna add some of my homemade Holy Smokes rib rub. And this stuff, I've used it a couple times before on the channel, but the recipe for this rub is in my baby back ribs video, so I'll put a link to that up top. And this is a sugar-based rub. There's some other stuff in there as well, but I like the fact that it's sugar-based because that's gonna make for some nice caramelization when we eventually sear this at the end. Okay, we're gonna make sure that we get all the sides as well. More rub over here. All right, that looks great to me. I'm gonna give this about maybe 5 minutes or so to just let that seasoning absorb, and I'll meet you over at the smoker. All right, so let's talk about how we're gonna smoke these pork chops. Smoking these today on my Pit Boss Platinum Series Lockhart, and I'm gonna be smoking at a temperature of 225 degrees. Now it's cold outside, so that temperature might fluctuate just a little bit lower than that, but anything over 200 would be perfectly fine. I'm looking for an internal temperature of 145 degrees on these thick pork chops, but I'm not gonna take them all the way there just in the smoke. So once they hit about 130 or so, I'm gonna come back out and we're gonna cover them in some barbecue sauce and reverse sear them right over an open flame to get that nice crust that we're looking for. So that's pretty much it. I expect that this is probably gonna take about an hour or maybe 90 minutes or so, but I'll be back throughout the cook just to kind of check and see how they're doing. I am gonna use my meat probes that came with the Lockhart so that I can really closely monitor the internal temperature on both of these pork chops. So let's go ahead and get them on. All right, there's one and two. Go ahead and insert my meat probe right in this area, right in the middle. Alrighty, see it a little bit. All right, it's been right at an hour. Let's take a look. Oh, they look really, really nice. And they're right at the temperature that I want them to be at before we sear them. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab these meat probes out. Now I'm gonna sort of move these over a little bit here. And I'm gonna get my sear burner open. And I'm gonna crank this temperature up a little bit. And here I have the Pit Boss Sweet Heat barbecue sauce. I've just put it in a bowl here to make it easier to maneuver. And I'm gonna go ahead and just paint these pork chops. Just like that. All right, so I'm gonna move these pork chops up to my upper chamber here where it's quite a bit cooler than down here while these grates heat up for the sear. All right, those grates look nice and hot. Let's go ahead and get those pork chops back down. That only took about a minute or so. All right, let's sear these guys. Here we go. That sizzle never gets old. Now I'm only looking for about maybe 30 seconds aside here on the reverse sear. Oh yeah, look at that. right, let's take a look at the other side. Oh man, woo! Look at that. Perfect. All right, let me sit this guy over to the side and go for number 2. The sizzle. All right, let's flip this guy over. Paint a little bit more sauce because why not? All right, let's take a look at this side. Oh, yes, yes. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and close off my flame. All right, I'm gonna take these inside, let them rest for just a couple minutes because it's freezing cold out here, and then we'll be back and I'll show you how we did. All right, after a brief rest, you ready to see something beautiful? Look at that. Oh man, look at that. Woo! Haha! Let me just tell you how good this smells. Oh gosh. All right, man, I can't wait to cut into this and see how we did. So let's go ahead and just grab this guy right here. Sharp knife. All right, I'm just gonna cut right in and see. Whew. Look at this. Look at that. Oh man, does that look phenomenal? Even a little bit of smoke ring down there. Ah, so perfect. All right, well, I'm so ready to try this delicious looking pork chop. So let me get a little slice here. Oh, so juicy looking. Man, it's gonna be great. Here we go. Smoked barbecue pork chops. You kidding me? Holy smokes. Oh, that's so good. It's so tender. It's really juicy. It's got a really good smoke flavor to it, and the addition of that rub and that sauce, next level. Man, that's so good. It's got that beautiful wood smoke flavor. It's got that heat from the barbecue sauce, and love the rib rub always. And it's cooked absolutely perfectly. And because it's cooked so perfectly, I gotta get it inside so that I can enjoy even more of it. But once again, thank you for tuning in to the Holy Smokes Barbecue channel. If you like this video, make sure that you click the thumbs up, give us a like, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and click the little bell to turn on post notifications. That way you're one of the first people to know as soon as we post new, delicious outdoor cooking content. And if you like pork, you gotta check out one of these other 2 pork-related dishes that we've done here on the channel, Outdoors on the Smoker. I love smoked pork, I'm sure you do too, and I'll see you next time.